I'm going to show you how to build a stock market app. So it's an Android app where it's going to go get stock information and display it to the user. It'll be live stock information. So it's a good example of kind of connecting to the internet through a web service. A web service is when you go get data, or your app goes and gets data from the web, compared to a website where a person goes to it. Okay, and I'm going to put in this URL here in a browser, and it's fairly complicated. We're going to go over it closer, but you'll notice it's something from Yahoo, and it's from their finance department, and this is the main part of the URL, and then there's some parameters which kind of says what kind of data you want. In fact, what we're getting is the live stock market information for IBM. Okay, and if I hit return on this, you'll notice it doesn't load a page, but it gives me a file. And it's a comma separated value file, so it's a bunch of information about IBM stocks from Yahoo. And I can save that file, and I can open it. I'm going to show in the Finder because I want to open it with an editor. I've actually downloaded this a couple times, but let's go ahead and look at quotes and open it. And I'm going to choose text editor because I just don't want to open Excel, right? So I'm going to go ahead and choose my text editor to open it. And all you're going to see is a bunch of information. So IBM's the stock. Its current value is 191.48. The date and time that we got this stuff. And then there's some more information about, like how much it's changed during the day. And in fact, these weird parameters here tell us what data this is the data we asked for, and then this is the data that arrives. So you can kind of configure the URL you asked for to get this proper data. And notice we're doing this as a human. I'm typing in this URL and looking at it, but really, the whole idea is you can use this URL within your app, and then your app can kind of process the information. Okay, but I just wanted to show you when I put in this URL, I get this text, this CSV file like this, and it's all based on what I put in as the data, right? Like if I put in Google, or Goog is their stock symbol, I can open this guy, and once again, let's show this in the Finder, and let's open with text editor. And this one is going to show Google stock information. Notice it's Google 564. Okay, so that's what we got. And now I'm going to show you how to kind of pull that information into App Inventor. Okay, so here's an App Inventor app. It's called StockMarket 1. I'm going to make it very simple. I'm going to put a big label in here. Okay, and this is going to be my price label. Okay, and I'm going to make that guy really big, like 40. Okay, and this is just going to tell me the score, or the price. And we'll just put 0.0 in for now. And I'll just add one more label just for the hell of it, to kind of say what we're going to show. And this is just my, I'll just leave it as label 1, and I'm going to make the text there Google. Okay, and what we're going to do is just show the Google stock price, and what we're going to do is show it right when the app begins. Okay, so there it is. There's the user interface, and the only other component I need is a non-visual component, and it's the web component. It's a newer component from App Inventor. Okay, so I'm going to go over here in other stuff, and there's this web component. Okay, it's a nice component that lets us go and access stuff from the web. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the blocks editor, and I want to show the stock price right when the app begins. So I'm going to go to My Blocks, and I want to grab the screen.initialize, because the screen.initialize event happens right when the app starts. Okay, And what I want to do is change that 0 to Google's current stock price. Okay, so I'm going to go to my web component. There's a couple real important blocks you'll use. Okay, and you can see there's a bunch. One of them is you need to set the URI or URL for the web component. And we're going to start off, it's pretty simple. I'm going to go back to my browser when I was checking out the stock market, and so actually, I think I lost my page, but I'm going to go ahead and stick in that same URL for the Yahoo Finance, and that's, remember, that gives me the file with the Google information in it. Okay, I don't care about that. What I want is this URL. And I'm just going to copy it, Command C. Okay, and I'm going to come over here, and in my blocks editor, I'm going to make a text block, and I'm going to paste Command B, that whole URL in there. So what I'm saying is, when my app starts, set the URL to this big long thing, which is going to give me Google information. And then the other thing you do with the web component is you say, you know what? Let's go ahead and get. It's called get. And that just says, go get me whatever this is going to bring me. Okay, you wouldn't want to do this for a regular web page because you get a bunch of HTML back. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to go get what's there. And it may take a couple seconds. I don't know how long the internet, you never know how long it's going to take. And I'm just going to grab the got text block. Okay, and this is going to return me some stuff. In fact, it's going to look something like what we were looking at, that remember the Google stuff, it was this information like this. And for now, I'm just going to grab what comes back, which is the response content, and I'm just going to stick it in my label. It's not going to be just the price, it's going to be everything. But as a first shot, let's just grab this response content, and let's see what I get back. Okay, my guess is it's going to show me all this stuff in my label. Okay, so we need to reconnect to our emulator because we want to restart the app because everything's on the screen.initialize. So I'm going to restart the app. It's going to show up over here. Now, instead of putting 0.0, it should change that 0.0 as soon as it gets the data back, and it should change my label to response content. And I just realized I put it in the wrong label. I think it's going to change my heading label, which was supposed to say Google. Okay, good. So the nice thing is I'm getting the data back from the web. Okay, really I don't want to change this. I want to change this label, which I called price label. Okay, so I'm just going to change that, make that change real quick. Set price label dot text to my response content. Okay, and if I reconnect, now it should come up okay. So what I got right now is an app that goes to the web. Okay, I had to kind of find out this URL. You got to do research on the web. You can find a bunch of what are called web services, and you can use them. So think of the web as this big database of stuff that you can grab. This one happens to be free, and you can go get information as much as you want. So I'm going to get Google information, and when the data comes back, I just stick it in my label. Now right now I'm not doing a very good job. I'm just dumping the whole comma separated value list of information. In the next screencast, I'll show you how to kind of parse this data, and what we want to do is just grab the price and show that.